So if you keep walking a lot barefoot, you get better at it. So what you want is, you want an active lifestyle, you want to move, and you want to do so consciously. Consciously.
Buongiorno. Okay, apparently certain plants need a lot of water. But how much water? Before you get some kind of like fly infestation. Okay, I'm just gonna get into, this is like, right, it's always a potential morning routine. I'm just gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let my workout speak for me. So when you watch this, do not copy me. Do not watch me and then do it. Watch it, get the inspiration, and then do it your way. You know, I'm trying to teach you to free your mind. But if you would be here and then watch the video and maybe do that once, but you know, the better way is you take what you need and then you do it yourself. You just watch the video and then you're gonna sit down with yourself and you're simply going to do what you feel like after you've watched me doing what I felt like, including telling you that you should find your own workout. And I can say your own damn workout, because that's what I've been doing. And some people, they focus too much, you know. If I do this for the rest of my life, I mean, this could be content that inspires people to do this as well and to keep doing it. So you have to make it simple for yourself. So AI is lacking a deeper understanding, which is why every artist who wants to continue making art is helping us getting rid of bullshit. And for that, you have to harden up, toughen up. This is stretching here also, which is why this arm hangs like this. You see, this is what you figure out if you experiment carefully. I can stretch your leg like that. But you be careful with your lower back, okay? stretching. I don't know, it's just something that feels good for me. Yep. This is when your parents start feeling like little children. The way they behave. You cannot loom it over them. You can just accept it. That, you know, it's what's in your mind and not like your birth date is irrelevant. It's what's in your mind. If you can transcend ordinary reality, which is what most people suck up to, it's just one form of seeing the world. If you cannot let go of that, then somebody like me will drive you insane. Which means will drive you out of your fake sanity. So just by hiking for 30 kilometers in bare feet, I can blow people's minds, right? So I blow minds through actions, not through words. There's limits. And how much I can take. I just put on the hat because I just wetted my hair or washed it a little. This is also for shoulder stability, flexibility, and then like this. Okay, maybe like this. into it is as important as the getting out of it. So if both feet up is too much, you do this. So these things like yoga can have addictive qualities, because you think you're looking for power. That's like the scorpion pose, right? Some people, they overarch their lower backs and they look weak. Like, you should not bend your lower back like this. It's stupid. So if you do the scorpion pose, then I never overarch my lower back, because I know that's where the stability comes from. And some people just don't get that. You know, if I see it, I feel it's actually disgusting. Because you're weak. You lack stability. Like, a tree should not bend like this. So there's limits. So many people, they do yoga, yoga is, like I said, it's actually 100% on the inside. It's while you're balancing yourself on the inside, you can still balance yourself on the outside. It's just the next step. So you may have started working with concepts, good, bad, what's that? And then suddenly you start with the movement. So me talking about it, in a sense, is already ridiculous, because why am I talking about this? You could just be doing it yourself, if you know what I'm saying. But you'll never get anything out of this unless you take your time and figure it out for yourself. I'm just doing this to keep going. But there's also times where I just cannot do it. Because then I need to do something else. So I probably won't be able to do the same workout every day, because it's supposed to be an intuitive workout, that you feel like. But there I also have a problem. How far can I stretch my boundaries? How far can I go every day? So after I came from this last 30-kilometer hike, I just stayed inside most of the time. Community service starts to annoy me. Running around helping people starts to annoy me. Even doing the gardening in a way. But the reason it annoys me is because people lack respect. And in a properly functioning world, I would be respected, just like everyone else would be respected. But in this world, everybody tries to spit on you if you start doing your own thing, because they're all petty. And that's the truth, I don't have to whitewash this. I mean, I can also blackwash it, of course. I mean, I can say it's really bad that it's like this. But, I actually do not feel like spending an awful lot of time with people that are simply, in that sense, a bit disgusting. Like that do not want to let go of their parts of their viciousness. I can be vicious to a certain degree, but then I'd rather be like a boulder, right? I mean, a snake doesn't attack without reason. And the people that I meet, they just attack for no reason. Just because they think they're gonna be attacked. I mean, people attack me all the time. I just have to be there and they start attacking me. And then you're like, a fly pestering a lion. Well, you're gonna get yourself killed, my friend. Because what am I supposed to tell you? That you're stupid? That you should rather say nothing? Like, do you want to get beat? I mean, I can. You know what I'm saying, right? But what's the point? Because it's not about how many push-ups you can do. It's about being like a brick wall. And this is what I mean with ordinary reality. People think I can do 50 push-ups. Yeah, try it. Hiking 30 kilometers in bare feet without moping. Try that, my friend, and then you'll know what hardship means. And then you'll know how suffering feels like in the pursuing days. I'm just saying, your gym reality is simply one of weakness. If you can live in an apartment like this, without soft beds and couches, well, then you'll know, then you'll transition from being weak to hardened. I'm just saying. I mean, sitting like this is just a way to hold myself. I should be rather sitting like this, because this is strengthening my legs, stretching my lower back. I can even stretch. So holding this every day, I eat like this. I'm starting to get more comfortable like this. And this is learning from, like the Amazon rainforest. Because the message is why people sit like this. Because if you live in the Amazon rainforest and you sit on the ground, ants gonna crawl into your butt. And that's no joke. So you can just live like that. Because sitting in any other way is going to give you back pain. So it's better to sit like this all the time. And in the beginning as much as you can. And then simply to, well, what it is mostly is, it's actually a mental struggle. Oh, I want to sit like everyone else. I want to sit like people taught me to sit. Okay, there's times where I sit like this when I am with other people in a sense. But that may get less. Right? What I find hard is you get close to each other and then there's the distance. I usually don't like that. I never liked it when people distance themselves. Because what I think it should be also getting closer towards each other. But then also asking yourself, how are you supposed to be with a woman? Let's say after you've had sex, or you connected, or you even did yoga together. How are you supposed to be? Well, it should be slowly. So you should take your time, which is why in my book, I'd say there are no quickies. It's about holding the connection, but first you have to hold it in here. And then the Tantra is possibly like an extra step, but for that I'm lacking experience. I'm just saying. But in that sense, holding postures like this, that's the entry to Tantra. Some people, they just say they want to do Tantra, but they never do anything for it. And I cannot force doing Tantra, it has to come by itself. I'm just saying. And for that I first have to stop using myself. And in that sense, live my life in devotion for my Shakti, like the spiritual wife, and then let her decide. Let her be a reflection of yourself. Because I can only make choices from my perspective. I don't know what other people are doing. But I know that in certain ways I seem to be in charge. Not because I'm simply the best there is or something. It's because I simply took charge, right? I'm charging ahead. I'm not working with some kind of institution. Nobody gave me a certificate in yoga or, therapy. I'm just doing this by myself. And that's what they call an autodidact. Somehow you manage to teach yourself. You can say there was people teaching me in my mind, but who are these people? I'm just saying, who are these people? Because in the end, I was the one doing these things. Whether I wanted it or not, I did it anyway. And there were times where I suffered a lot, where there was a lot of pain. And now it seems to be a bit more quiet. But I also feel sometimes reluctant to leave the house, because sometimes I do something that transcends me as an individual. Like, I just took 2 people on a 30-kilometer hike and I was in bare feet. And we managed to get through it. First experience, right? I shared the route that I developed. And I came back, and after I have stretched my boundaries, There's always a time of turning within and then focusing, paying attention and healing. These things seem to be related to each other. But then, I mean, I just threw a tantrum in the park. When am I supposed to go back there? Because I never know of the consequences of my actions. You know, today seems to turn into a beautiful day, and I'm asking myself, what am I to do? Okay, garden work. If the weather is like this, I think I'm gonna do garden work. And then I may go, yeah, I think I figured it out. But it's hard to say, because every time I go to the park, I feel like I'm being used for the benefit of others. And that in a way annoys me, but I think if I can keep doing these kinds of things, then every time I go back here, I know exactly what to do, right? This is my route back. This is me. This is myself. And this is my type of living. And seeing. So I have to work in the garden. I have to replace this sheet that I bought because it's too big. I'm gonna stay away from the park, I assume. But how am I supposed to know? Well, it's about drawing people away from what they think they should be doing. Because some people just don't know. So it's drawing people away from smoking. And for that you have to stop yourself. Sitting like this is incredibly liberating, especially if you realize that you can do it. I'm just saying. I still feel like sharing. Plus I've set myself a deadline that I'm going to finish the book until the end of August. So I still have a bit of time. Crazy Wisdom 3 is that. So at the moment I'm preparing myself simply to be stable and to replace habits such as masturbation, because I've been still struggling with that. I marked on my calendar the 11th of June as the point of no return. I cannot return to weakness and selfishness. So now I'm building up strength, which seems to be part of my sadhana, strength and stability, and certainly balance. But then how much am I to do when? Well, I could, for instance, say, I have to go exchange this rain cover that I bought, and on the way back I do a quick slackline session in the park. And then I come back here and work in the garden. And then tomorrow I have a 30-kilometer hike, possibly through the night, or at least the evening hours. I have a frozen chicken that I'm going to prepare in the forest. And this is acknowledging the inner warrior. So in the beginning this all turned blue and I couldn't feel my legs anymore. This has clearly stopped. Okay, so tomorrow I have a hike. Today I have to see. If I do too many things, but there's less computer work, I have to clean the kitchen before I would even consider to leave. And then I simply have to see. I think I'll eat some, I'll clean the kitchen. I first eat some melon. I'll clean the kitchen. Maybe I'll do a cooking session, so I have food for later. So you also have to adapt your workout or adjust your workout to whatever lies ahead. So if I go all out every day, then I may lack the strength to turn within and figure myself out. Oy. So adjusting your lower back, right, may take a lot of time. And then identifying with your new self or your refurbished self may also take some time.